Hello guys and welcome back to Car Obsession. Once again I'm joined by Leo, the Leon Cupra, because today I'm fitting two new parts to him, both of which should be relatively simple and straightforward. So the first component is a PCV valve. I will explain what this does in a few moments. And the second component is, well, a new air intake hose, because I kind of crushed and damaged the last one when I did the cam follower. Yeah, my bad. Anyway, what does a PCV valve do? So PCV stands for positive crankcase ventilation, and to make my life and your life easier, I will simply go onto Google to get you the information that you're looking for. It's going to be much better than me trying to faff about here. So there's kind of three jobs that it does. So number one, it stops excessive amounts of oil being drawn out of the crankcase. Number two, it regulates the amount of vacuum applied to the crankcase. So there's 2 points to number two. A, at low RPM, when vacuum is high, the valve closes slightly to reduce airflow. And B, at higher RPM, when the vacuum is less, the valve opens more to increase airflow. And number three, it acts as a one-way check valve for forced induction or backfire. It won't allow the crankcase to be pressurized. Now you may be wondering why I'm replacing this component. Has it failed? Has it stopped working? No, it hasn't. However, the PCV valve that is currently fitted to the vehicle is the original one, because it's date stamped 2006. The car is soon to be remapped, and as a precautionary measure, it is wise to fit the updated part. So this way it's less likely to fail. So this shouldn't be very difficult, and of course this will be a 1 minute job as well. So let's get the car in the workshop and get working. Before I kick off, I want to point out this is not a how-to guide or a tutorial, and I'm not a trained mechanic. Right, slight change of plan. I'm now doing this outside because the workshop is full, but on the plus side, it means I can speak to you as I'm doing it, because I won't have the background noise of the workshop. And yeah, it's quite nice and cool out here, although there is a bit of drizzle. Now, of course, the first thing we need to do is to remove the engine cover. Now, before I do, let me just quickly show you the damage that I did to the air intake hose last time. So I was in a bit of a rush to leave once I did the cam follower, and I basically left the Jubilee clip on the hose, and oh dear, as you can see, yeah, it's kind of mangled. Now, to be fair, come on autofocus, you can do it. Maybe you can't. Well, you get the idea anyway. There we go, that's better. To be fair, this isn't really causing any drivability issues, and it doesn't really need to be replaced, but it just looks ugly. And for the sake of a few quid, I thought, you know what, I may as well just replace it. As you can imagine, it's not a very expensive part. So let me put you guys back on the tripod and let me grab some tools. So I'll use the big grips to do that Jubilee clip, and let me get some screwdrivers. Right, so you've got two clips here. One you can't really see on camera, so just prise them free like so. That's one. You've got the one at the back. I'm not really using the right tool for this job, but I've got it done. You've got the air mass flow sensor, that needs to be removed as well. Obviously just be careful not to break the clip. We've got these two hoses here. Just disconnect them like so. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So this is what I really should have used last time. Get a good grip on it, quite literally. There, I'm going to dump that there. So it doesn't matter if it crushes it, because that's being replaced anyway. And you've got two screws in here, which you won't be able to see on camera, but of course you would have seen me remove the engine cover when you saw me do the cam follower anyway. I need a T15. There we go, that's one screw. Just pop that in a safe place. There we go, that's coming out nicely. There we go, that's the old air intake hose removed. Now at this point it seems worthwhile just to explain that I'm not a trained mechanic. I am a hobbyist. Right, let's just put that Jubilee clip on the floor. Now hopefully this will come off easier than it did last time, because flipping out, because of course this was removed a few weeks ago. There we go, that's more like it. Just try and spread your pressure evenly, because you don't want to snap the engine cover, which I almost did a few weeks back when I first tried this. But I'm going to need to step in front of the camera for a few moments. Oh, flipping Nora. So that is the PCV valve there. This is the one that needs to be removed. Right, okie dokie. So you have two hoses, one here, so it should just literally be a case of squeezing and pulling. There we go. Now it does feel quite, not brittle, but I'd say just handle that with care. You don't want to break the hose. And you've got the other one here. Again, just be careful with it, don't be too forceful. It is hard plastic, so it may want to go nope and break on you. Like this one's being a bit more stubborn, but that's because I can't quite get a good grip on it. I should have worn gloves for this actually. I thought, nah, my hands won't get very mucky. Yeah, I was wrong. There we go. That's the second hose removed. Hopefully you would have seen that. Yeah, I think you would have seen that. So you've got 4 screws. You've got one there, one there, one there, and one down here, which you probably can't see on camera. Now you'll want a T25 for these, so let's remove my T15. Right, so hopefully these aren't too stiff, because to my knowledge this has never been removed, because I'm fairly confident this is the original part. Right, just be very careful not to drop these in the engine bay. Right, that one's going to be a bit more fiddly. Again, just be very careful. I'd say do the last bits by hand. That way you're less likely to drop it in the engine bay. He says that, I must admit, I've almost lost grip of it, so that was very close. Right, do the one up here. There we go, and that leaves the last one down here, which you, as I said a few moments ago, you probably can't see on camera. So I'm going to use both my index fingers just to work it out, and then I'm going to be very careful here. This is really tense. Right, got a grip of it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. There we go. Success. And the old unit should simply come away like so. Right, you will need a screwdriver or a pick to remove the old gasket, and it is good practice to replace the gasket. So I just put the old unit down here. Ooh, oily. Wipe away any excess in case it wants to drip down. Now a pick would be better for this job. I don't have one to hand. To be fair, I could get one from the workshop, but I should hopefully be able to do it with this flathead screwdriver. I now have a pick. That should make the job a lot easier. Oh, look at that, almost straight away. Yeah, if you do have a pick, use that, it is a lot easier. You probably could do it with the right kind of flathead screwdriver. Right, just work it out nicely. And there we are. That's the old gasket removed. Let me get it so you can see it in camera. There we go. So let's just pop that down here. Right, let's get the new gasket. Now, probably a good idea to lubricate the new gasket. So just wipe some excess oil on here. Just work it all around. Why not? It's free. Now, there's only really one way this can go in, so it should be quite self-explanatory. Yep, it goes in that way. Just going to lubricate it a bit more. Probably don't need to, but better to be safe than sorry. Right, so just slide it in like so. Make sure it's seated nicely. So when you put the new PCV valve on, it will sit flush. There we go. Job's a good one. Again, there's only one way you can really put this on. Just make sure that's on properly. It feels good to me. Just put your screws back in. And then once you've done all 4 up, probably a good idea to go around again to make sure it's all done up snugly. Yep, that's snug. That's snug. Go back to this one. Snug. And it's awkward down here. Yep, snug as a bug in a rug. That gives me a few, gives me the chance to stand up straight now. Right, and just reattach that hose. Should hear it click in. Make sure that one's clicked in as well. So just make sure they're clicked in, because that other one wasn't. So just make sure it's in. And there we are, that's that job done. Very easy, even for someone like me. Put the engine cover back on. So there we have it, guys. The job is now done. Quite a quick and easy job. So I've replaced the damaged air intake hose, whoopsie daisy. And of course, more importantly, I've also replaced the PCV valve and the gasket that goes with it. Before I finish, I just want to give a big shout out to controlandshift.com for supporting me on my range of merchandise. If you want to check out this cool t-shirt as well as others, please head to controlandshift.com. So thank you for them for their support, and thank you for your support, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you have enjoyed it, or you've learned something or found it useful. This wasn't really a how-to guide, but if you have learned something, then that is great. If you have enjoyed it though, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.